New opening idea on move number 5. How possible is that? Well, it happened in the game between Duda and Rapport in the first round of the Candidates 2022. I want to show you that new idea that was played by Duda. It started with e4, c5, and we had the open Sicilian on the board. And in this position, there have been so many games that are played. You have knight c3 as the main move. You have knight b5. There is c4. There are so many possibilities, and the 13th most popular move in this position, you have reached 87,000 plus games in this position, but the move that was played in the game, that was only played 59 times, and that is bishop f4. And in fact, Rapport himself had played this with the white pieces against Caruana. That is the surprising part. And Rapport is in this game, he is black. Rapport had played that at the Sinkfield Cup. So a very interesting choice by Duda to play it against Rapport himself. d6 was played. Now takes. It's still following the game of Caruana. And here Rapport Caruana. Here c4 was played by Rapport, and here Duda plays bishop to d3. Knight e7 was played, and now c4 was played. Black had a good move here, which was c5, and I think black is doing pretty fine, like knight c6, maybe bishop e7, castles, and will have good control on the dark squares. But instead he went g6, and that is a mistake. It's white to play. What would you play in this position? Yeah, this is a very nice move that was played by Duda here, and he found the best move here, which is c5. Excellently done, because this, of course, if you take dc5, we can all see the compensation here after queen c2. The pawn is weak. Even bishop e5 hits the rook. I mean, this is just better. It's also possible to just feel it that after castles, white has excellent compensation with knight c4, rook c1, and all the threats in the position. So this was an excellent move. And also, if you play d5 here, then I can just play knight d2, and white is clearly better. e5 was played in the position, and once again it's your move. Second point, what do you play here as white to play? It's very important to play bishop g5. Not bishop e3, because d5, and it's black who's doing really well in this position. So so bishop g5, bishop g7, and now takes, queen takes, castles, bishop e6, and already, I mean, white is clearly better here. Queen c2 seems like a possibility. In the game, he played knight a3. This led to a queen trade. And here's your third question: with which piece would you take back, with the rook or with the bishop? Yeah, if you take back with the rook, that would be the best move. Fantastic job. We'll come to it. He took with the bishop in the game, and that allowed black to somehow fortify himself. But rook takes, and what do you do now after? Let's say if he plays f6, you can come back, and this is totally winning for white, because you go b3, a7 is weak, c6 is weak, knight d6 is a threat. White is better. But bishop a2, can you find a very nice move in this position? White to play. So there are many ways to continue. One is the normal move bishop c4, takes, and white is doing very well here. But a little bit of a tactical idea is knight b5. And you can't take the knight, because if you take it, then bishop b5, and it's a mate. So knight b5 is very strong. It threatens knight c7, knight d6, and white is better. Bishop d1 played by Duda allowed king d7 for Rapport. Bishop e2, knight c8, check, king goes here, bishop c4, and a very nice decision here, bg4, hitting the rook, f3, f6, hitting the bishop, bishop comes back, and now saving himself. So white is still clearly better, black has weak pawns, but he is still fighting. Bishop e2, h5, maybe can go bishop h6 at the right moment, knight c2, bishop f8, a3. Well, the main point is to stop knight b4 for black. So a5, king f1, bishop e6. Maybe b4 was possible. Maybe rook c1 was an idea. He played king f1, bishop e6, bishop d2. Now attacking a5, king b6, knight to e3, knight d6, and rook c1. Here bishop e7, and with the rook coming in, I think it would have been around equal. Black has fought back, but c5 allowed that some more weaknesses in the position. Bishop h6, good move. Rook d1, attacking on d6, and here king c6 would have been nice. So knight d5, takes, and rook b8, and black has enough counterplay. So rook d8 was played, but that allowed knight d5 check, takes, and here bishop e3. And now white to play. What would you do in this position? There are two good moves here, but Duda did not find them. One of the best moves here is a4, fixing the pawns. Bishop d4, b3, and a very nice variation. Just shows how powerful white's position is and how this pin and the weakness of a5 forces black to be passive. Also b3 is a very nice move, preparing a4. But what was played in the game was rook d3. It allowed bishop d4. King comes here, and then rook 8. And you can see that black was able to kind of equalize in this position. And also has his own play with f5 at the right time. And although white is still pressing a bit with the bishop pair and outside passer, it was not so difficult for black to hold this. The king did a great job here, stopping the a pawn, and Richard Rapport managed to dodge a bullet here. He was totally lost after first few moves, but finally he won this pawn and the game ended in a draw. So game between two of the big fighters in the tournament ended in a draw, but also very nice idea with bishop f4. But what was very interesting is that Duda used Rapport's idea on Rapport himself, and then he was totally winning, but in the end could not manage to convert it, and Rapport really defended well. So that was the first round game between the Hungarian player Rapport and Polish GM Duda. This is Sagar Shah signing off. Bye bye.